Hello, all. Good morning. Today is the 22nd of April. It's a Tuesday, and as we discussed yesterday, and as I gave the homework of writing the seven questions, the first seven questions of the fun they had, today we'll be discussing the answers of those seven questions. The first one: how old were Margie and Tommy? Obviously, if you have read the text, you'll very easily write the answer. The answer is 11, that was for the sister, and 13 for Tommy. Right, the second question is, what did Margie write in her diary? It's there in the first paragraph. Margie wrote that her brother found a real book. It was a major event for them, a book that could be seen and that could be held and that they had heard about from their grandfather. Question number three: had Margie ever seen a book before? The answer clearly is no, none of them had. Question number four: what things about the book did she find strange? Well, the fact that it was a real book, it was made of paper, letters were printed on it, and the printed letters stayed, unlike the screen studying that she did, where the letters just would go away and would again come back on the same screen for them. And the fact that the book took a lot of space, unlike the telebooks which she and her brother used, and lots, thousands could be stored in one small space. The next question, number five, is what do you think a telebook is? It asks you to think. I'm sure you have written down the answers, and it's interesting because you could be using something very close to the telebook today if you don't have the textbook, as I did upload yesterday, and I'll also upload today the PDF of this chapter. The PDF formats actually could be a telebook, and if you want to take the idea further, you also would know what audiobooks are. Although we don't have much culture of listening to audiobooks in India, mostly people only use ebooks, that is the PDF version of the books. Audiobooks are usually they're read out recordings of a book itself, so you don't have to read it. You can just plug in your headphones or put on your speakers and you can listen to them. You can download them from various websites. Lots of audiobooks are uploaded in YouTube itself, and some also have used Kindle, wherein you can read books. It's a product available on Amazon, and many people use it actually. There's question number six: where was Margie's school? Well, it was right beside her bedroom. It was just a room with a mechanical teacher. That was the school for her. And that's the reason she found the idea of people liking school odd. She thought, what's there to like about school? There is no one in my school. I don't have friends. There's a mechanical teacher who's very boring, and that's it. Did she have any classmates? Second part of question number six, obviously not. Number seven, what subjects did Margie and Tommy learn? If you have read the story completely, you will realize there's only the mention of maths, geography, and history. I'm sure they have been also learning other subjects which you learn today, or maybe they don't. I hope you've written down all the questions and the answers on your notebooks. I may get in touch with some of you to send me WhatsApp images of your homework done. Not everyone, I'll get in touch with you randomly. If not, I'll eventually check all these question answers when school opens. Now, this was the discussion of the previous day's homework. Today, please make sure you proceed with Roman number 2. Answer the following with the reference to the story. These two RTC questions. Number 1, I wouldn't throw it away. Number 2, sure they had a teacher, but it wasn't a regular teacher. It was a man. These two questions with 3 sub questions, 1, 2, 3 under number 1 and 1, 2, 3 under question number 2. Please complete the answers, write them down on your notebook, and we'll discuss them tomorrow in class. Until then, bye and stay safe.